So when we started ClickFunnels, we were obviously optimistic. We were hopeful. We thought that we had something amazing that was going to help change people's lives. But even the industry at the time, it seemed relatively small. Like, as in tens of thousands of people out there that potentially were even in our target market.
Little did we know that like I thought 10,000 was the ceiling. That was the goal, like 10,000, we have everybody. And who knew what it would become?
Obviously today, like, we launched and we got to about 1,000 users, like right out the gate.
It took a little while and we had to figure out how to sell it and we had to figure out which funnel was going to actually convert people into ClickFunnels.
Russell figured out how to market it correctly through a webinar, and we just blew up overnight.
And by our year mark, we actually passed 10,000 members, making us the biggest company in our known industry. Again, if you rewind back to the beginning of ClickFunnels 8, 9 years ago, like funnels was not a word in people's vocabulary. There were websites, there were sales processes sometimes, but that word, it wasn't something that people used. And within like a year of ClickFunnels going live, like everybody was a funnel consultant or guru. Like everyone's launching courses and products. It created so much desire and demand in the market for this concept of funnels. And all of a sudden there were dental funnels and chiropractor funnel, and like every industry started like understanding this and adopting it and like creating their own version of it. That's when like, man, this thing that this little idea we had that we created has a life of its own, and it's been magic watching it grow.
There's a website called ClickFunnels. It's a website.
I am a ClickFunnels user.
How to build your funnel within ClickFunnels.
We're over 100,000 users, and we vastly underestimated what the potential market was for this.
There's somewhere between 300 and 400 people now that do work directly as employees or contractors at ClickFunnels. We had this office here in Boise. Todd opened an office in Atlanta.
We have 2,000 or so 2 Comma Club winners, multiple 2 Comma Club X winners, dozens actually at this point.
We also got featured in Inc. and Forbes and Success Magazine.
We have hundreds of people in masterminds, dozens of people in our inner circle and Category Kings program.
We did trips and events with our affiliates and with our big partners and with some of the people who have our biggest success stories.
Every business that we have on the platform has, multiple employees that they touch, hundreds or thousands of customers that they touch. So when we look at like our 100,000 person user count, we've actually reached millions of people, which is kind of mind-blowing to think about at this point.
And it became this community and this group of people. I don't know, I imagine that's how it was with a lot of the early companies. You look at Tesla, you look at Apple, you look at the big iconic companies today, like they started with like the early innovators and like almost starting like this cult-like feeling where they knew something nobody else in the world knew, and they knew how to leverage this thing. I remember speaking at Grant Cardone's event on stage in Mariners baseball stadium from 35,000 people talking about funnels, for crying out loud, and people were engaged and they were excited. It's like the ride of a lifetime. Like, how often are people gonna do something like this? Like, the whole thing was just crazy.
And then we had the offer that finally came. This is something that was really out of left field for us at the time. So we always viewed ourselves, and we knew that we were creating value for people. We knew that we were a valuable company, but we never really seriously considered raising money or taking on funding or anything like that because we were profitable. We've been profitable since day one. We actually ate our own dog food. We built funnels. We sold things. We made money, reinvested that money in growing the company and building the software.
We were very proud of the fact that we were bootstrapped. And even more so than being proud of it, like we were trying to show to other entrepreneurs like us and other business owners, like you don't have to take on money. You can build a company with funnels instead of funding. That's part of the message of ClickFunnels. The podcast introduction literally makes fun of people who take on venture capital. We don't rely on cash from venture capitalists to get started, and we don't even have goals to go public either. In fact, our motivation is the exact opposite. So for years, we get so many people wanting to buy equity in the company, we just said no to everybody. But then 2020 hit.
As the crisis sweeps the nation,
quarantine, state of emergency, shelter.
This was in the middle of the pandemic, right? We are all remote, like the world seems like it's falling apart.
Well, with many small businesses and entrepreneurs now struggling to stay afloat.
There's chaos, social unrest, political controversy, tax concerns, all kinds of things were happening at this point.
Really being hit harder than others when it comes to this pandemic.
It was definitely tempting that we had a way to safely and securely exit.
During that window of time is when it got louder. People had money and they were trying to figure out what to do with it. But this time the offers were coming in and they were, the initial offers were big. When someone first drops the number $1 billion, like, that's when we're like, oh, okay, we should take this call. You hear about unicorns valued at $1 billion. Like, are we a unicorn? Like, I want to find out. Like, we were just curious. And I think that's what started the conversations. And then the way those things work is that then, if one person's bidding against you, you're only worth what they think it is. And so we found a friend who was a broker and we asked his opinion. He said, well, you should show it to a lot of people. And so he put together a packet with some slides and sent it out there. And it was crazy because I remember getting the message back and the first one was like, we had 150 people who signed NDAs who want more information about your company. And some of the names were like the names that you've heard of, right? Like, this is legitimate. Like, we're like, this is crazy, right? And literally, it's like a funnel. You go from 150 companies to 100 to 80 to 50 to 60, 50 to 30 to 10. And we just kind of went through the process. And as it got closer and closer to like somebody making an official offer, I started getting more and more uncomfortable. For me, this is my art. Like, if I was to sell ClickFunnels tomorrow, the next day I'd be building a funnel. Like, this is what I do. This is all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep talking. In fact, part of the negotiations were like, cool, if we sell it, can I just keep doing what I'm doing now? Like, I love what I do. I don't want to change that. I want to keep doing Funnel Hacking Live. I want to keep writing books. I want to keep helping entrepreneurs. Like, entrepreneurs are my people I've been called to serve. And I think as we got closer and closer, I had this fear of like, what if I lose that? Like, that's so important to me.
You love what you do. You light up when you do. I love being around you when you talk. You all get immense ClickFunnels. Like, wow. It's like it. So for you to sell that is really exciting right now. I don't know if it'll be exciting 5 years from now, unless you found the next most exciting thing that you're going to go build and make happen and go do. I would not let the momentum of the business determine where my life is going to go. I decide where my life's going to go and decide where the business needs to go based on that.
It was a Monday morning that the offers was come in. I was telling my wife, like, this is coming Monday. I don't want to do it, but I think Todd really wants to do it. I can't just like text him. I want to fly out there. And she's like, okay, like when? I'm like, the next day I'm on a flight flying to Atlanta. Todd picked me up from the airport and we drove back to his house just kind of talking about the possibilities and opportunities. We pulled in like 2 in the morning. Ashley, his wife, was there, and so we sat down and talked a little bit. And I remember telling him, like, I know we're getting the offer tomorrow, but like, I don't want to take it. Like, I don't want to keep doing what we're doing, but I can't do that without you guys. Like, the reality was like, I knew we needed to do something different, but I couldn't do it myself. Like, I needed Todd. Like, I don't know how to program or develop. Like, for ClickFunnels to go to the next level, we need to do something dramatically different from the programming side, and I can't do that. So if Todd's out, I have to be out because there's nothing we can do. But if we decide to stay, like, I need Todd in to do this. And I was like, Ashley, like, that means I need Todd for the next like 2 or 3 years to like build what we need to do so we can hit our goals.
What's shocking is that him and I ended up having the same thing in mind, like that we basically, for different reasons, didn't think that it made sense to take any number and to sell right now, that it was too early, that we still had a larger mission to accomplish. Honestly, we were in agreement on was simply that we wanted to drive the mission of ClickFunnels forward without outside influence determining how we would accomplish that goal. Part of that was honestly to build what is ClickFunnels 2.0. And we felt like it was something that no venture capitalist, no PE group, no one's gonna roll the dice on that was looking for a 3 to 5 year exit. This is a larger mission.
Next morning, As we knew, we got the offer, we sat down, it came through, and the offer was insane. It wasn't what we thought it was, but when you see an offer like that, like it would change our lives forever. I would never have to work. My kids' kids' would never have to work again for generations.
That was definitely nerve-wracking. We sat down with our investment banker. He presents the offer, gives us the numbers, explains to us why it's a crazy good offer and why we should accept it and why we'd be crazy not to, frankly. But we kind of had other things in mind.
And so we spent the next day or two talking about that. Dave got so excited. Dave jumped in a plane and flew out. Next day, Dave's at the office, and so we're all sitting there brainstorming, and then Todd's like, we gotta get out of the office. Let's go to my lake house.
Y'all at your house or your lake place? Where are y'all?
We're at the lake house.
That's awesome.
And I remember it was like literally in the middle of the elections at the time. And so we had a big whiteboard. The first thing we wrote is, how do we make ClickFunnels great again? And what's crazy is like a year earlier, Todd had mapped out like his vision for what he wanted to be. And so he found his old notebooks and stuff.
As we were going through this, I pulled out some notes that I'd been working on, honestly, for about 2 years. Like, it's something that I felt called to do, that I felt like the industry needed, that our customers needed, that the market as a whole was actually desperate for. It was a major issue that was blocking people from being successful in business online. We needed to create something that would be the easiest way to launch an online business, to remove the obstacles, to find out what sucks about running an online business and get rid of it. Dusted off that notebook and we started going through it line by line. It was just really a game changer to go through it together and get on the same page about it. The biggest concern I had going into this conversation with Russell about this was I knew that this was not a couple of enhancements that we should do to the existing platform, that we should do to the existing business. I knew inside that it had to be an entirely new platform that would set the foundation for the next decade of our industry. And that is a scary prospect.
Todd was like, we can't make ClickFunnels great like we want it to be inside of the current framework. Within current staff, employees, and team, like all the stuff we've done, the software, he's like, the only way to actually do what we really want to do, like what our dream is we would have to completely start over from the ground up and rebuild ClickFunnels from the ground up.
It's a lot of uncertainty. It's a lot of, on top of the uncertainty that already existed in the market and in the industry at the time, in the middle of a pandemic, I wanted to clear the slate and introduce an entirely new risk. And that was the scary prospect for me to even pitch Russell on that concept to begin with. But luckily, he responded exactly how I would have hoped to.
Let's build 2.0.
Now here we are 2 years plus into development, really 4 years plus into actually architecting this thing. And we have accomplished building what is the biggest game changer to the industry since ClickFunnels.
For the first 8 years of ClickFunnels, like we were always asking, like at Funnel Hacking Live, we had big boards that said like, what do you want ClickFunnels to do? People would put sticky notes on these boards and we were always watching and taking notes. We saw what our competitors had tried to do. We saw what people inside of our masterminds, we saw what people going from $0 to $1 million, from $1 million to 10 million, and then 10 million to 100 million. And like, what are the things that our platform would need to do to be able to take somebody from, I'm a brand new beginner, all the way to the point where they could build an entire huge company off of the foundation of ClickFunnels.
The biggest thing about ClickFunnels 2.0 is it is the easiest way to launch your business online. It is more than a funnel builder. It is an entire platform for running your business. We've always been the easiest way to build a funnel, to optimize your conversions, to get the most money and the most ROI out of your advertising, but we've taken that marketing specialty and applied it across everything. We've put the best practices that we know and love into courses creation, into upsells, into your customer center, into cross-selling, into fulfillment. You can build your blog, you can build your e-commerce store using the ClickFunnels editor, have your CRM, your product inventory, your fulfillment, all of it inside of one umbrella. We've optimized it for sales and marketing to get the highest ROI for you.
I think we've always talked about a new ClickFunnels in some sort of way, or how we can make our app
just so much better.
A lot of it is learning from our past, and a lot of it's just taking us to places we couldn't go when we originally built the software.
Todd's vision for it as this all-encompassing package that is going to do so much, and that we're leveraging so many different technologies to make it happen and bring them all together into one single platform.
There's something magic that happens when you have your CRM in the same place that you have your sales, in the same place that you have your email marketing.
Courses and blogs and sites and products.
Getting to the fulfillment, shipping.
Page building. You've got your workflows and automations. You've got
analytics and reporting is going to be real time. It's going to be fast. It's going to be accurate. It's going to be really, really cool.
We've been able to build full API integration, so if anyone has to customize something, they have that option. You're able to do split testing built in, but you're also able to do split testing of paths. You're able to do decision trees and what we call smart funnels, real-time funnel decisions to optimize your funnel in real time as a buyer goes through it to sell them the right thing at the right time.
Scope was kind of scary to look at. Here you're taking on companies like Shopify and Squarespace and Kajabi, as well as, rebuild what we already had ourselves.
And the beautiful thing about ClickFunnels 2.0 is it brings together under one roof all of these different functions.
Just being able to learn one thing and then knowing how to use that and then being able to use that every day to do your business, I think that takes off a lot of pressure from a lot of businesses.
The last 8 years since we launched ClickFunnels has been crazy. It's been like the ride of a lifetime. We've had, crazy lows throughout the process and highs that were higher than we've ever dreamt of. Honestly, just the opportunity we've had to serve so many entrepreneurs has been, for me, more than I could ever dreamed of. We've had a chance to watch as these entrepreneurs who take these principles and the software and the ideas, and they completely change their life, their family's life, their employees' life. But then you see the next level where the products and services they're selling is changing their customers' lives, and the ripple effect from it, it's just been the greatest thing in the world.
To begin with, I want to talk about you guys, my people, my tribe, my entrepreneurs. I am a big believer that entrepreneurs are the prime movers in our society. This is why I've made it my life's mission, my life's calling to serve you guys at any level I can. There's a lot of things that I could have done, Todd could do, we could walk away, but we don't because we love you guys, because I don't believe that the changes we need in this world are gonna happen through government. I don't believe it's gonna happen through school system. It's gonna happen through you guys right here.
And so on our side, it's been so grateful having a chance to serve you guys all as entrepreneurs. Thankful for you guys taking the bet on us when it wasn't the cool thing to build funnels. Nobody knew what it was, and you guys jumped in and you were part of it. And I'm even more excited for the future, for people to find out about this, for people who don't even know this exists yet, to find out about this community and these people and come in here and watch as their business change and as their lives change as well.
I'm so proud of what I've seen you guys create with ClickFunnels 1.0 and what you've been able to accomplish. I can't wait to see what you accomplish with ClickFunnels 2.0.